While many of our wild foods have fallen out of the food system, wild blueberries remain as one of the last testaments to a time long ago. It's important that we all take another look at Maine wild blueberries, because it not only offers a link to our past, but can help usher in a new future where we are more connected to our land, our food, and the people that are connecting us to both.
Here in Maine, wild blueberries have been growing for 10,000 years, since the end of the last ice age. And blueberries were one of the earliest successionary species growing right here on this essentially gravel pit of Maine.
When the glaciers were here 10,000 years ago, they melted, and as they were melting, they created rivers and river deltas. And those river deltas are these wide open, what we call the blueberry barrens today. They're very sandy, gravelly spaces. And it's an early successional habitat, which blueberries thrive in. And the acidity is what allows the blueberry to grow and not other plants. These are plants that are really low to the ground, and blueberries are harvested with the tractor there. But they're losing about 30% of their fruit. We've got to get down on the ground, and we use a rake to do that. The native people, the Passamaquoddies, they were able to foster these spaces, and that knowledge and practices grew into what the industry has become today.
Yeah, you get underneath the bush and pull it back.
Yeah.
That's the best way because you're getting all the berries off the vine.
The Passamaquoddies still harvest in the traditional fashion,
Pull back, just lift up.
a labor-intensive process of hand raking that puts them in direct contact with the fruit and the land on which it's grown.
Well, I would imagine doing that all day.
Right.
Wow, that's impressive.
12 to 14 hours a day.
Holy cow. Whew,
Well, 12 hours.
I'm already beat.
Yeah.
These guys are out here all day?
I mean, average raker, probably what, 60, 80 boxes a day, John?
Box a day.
80 boxes a day?
When it's really good, you guys can get 150, yeah?
Yeah.
In one day?
Yeah. I've had guys get 200 one day.
Yeah.
I did a half a box and I'm exhausted. Yeah.
This ancient technique is employed on lands that are too steep for the mechanical harvesters and ensures a much higher yield. Whereby the mechanical harvesters lose about 30% of the crop, a well-trained hand raker can harvest nearly all of the berries from a specific location, making them an integral part of the sustainability model moving forward.
You could say they're natural varieties in the field. They're like 500 to 1,500 genetically distinct individual plants out there. That's happened naturally. The bees do that.
And that really impacts the way I think about it as an ingredient, the single ingredient for winemaking, rather than controlling the genetics of the fruit, which is what we have done over the course of centuries with Pinot Noir or Cabernet or Chardonnay. That is a field that has genetic diversity that we embrace, bring it all in, ferment it,
Right.
and then the flavors that result taste like this particular place. And the idea of pursuing Blewett as an expression of a place, it's all about the diversity, being humble about it and seeing what it tastes like.
Right.
And why does this wild blueberry grow here? Like there's no organic matter in the soil. It's just a pile of sand and gravel. How does it do that?
Like they create their own organic matter
How?
by dropping their leaves, and that creates a layer of organic matter, just like the forest. The wild blueberry is like this miniature forest, and that organic matter is only an inch to 2 inches thick. It's the highest organic matter of any agricultural field. And that's where the mycorrhizae live, integrated with the roots. The mycorrhizae are a fungal organism that's in the soil, and they partner with the wild blueberry plant to move nutrients and water from plant to plant. And the fungus benefits from the sugars it gets from the plant. It's this symbiotic relationship.
So you just don't cultivate it. You don't
No.
plant wild blueberries
No.
because it's this that it evolved on, which is
Yeah.
sand, gravel.
And if we tilled, which we don't do, if we disturbed it in any way, it would be so set back. It needs to be preserved. And the farmers who grow this crop are so conscious of preserving it the way that it is.
While the University of Maine and other great innovators continue exploring technologies to maximize yields, It's the indigenous people who keep tradition alive, based on connection and reverence to the land. With one foot firmly planted in the past and one in the future, we have a chance of saving it for future generations to enjoy.